All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into the world of cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's a wild ride.
It really is.
Mhm.
And honestly, it can feel like everyone's throwing around jargon, making it impossible to understand if we're in a crypto boom, a bust, or stuck somewhere in between.
I get that.
But we're going to break it all down today. We're cutting through the hype, digging into what's really going on, so you can decide for yourself what to make of this whole crypto craze.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. So, anyone who even remotely follows the markets has seen the crypto charts, right? Up, down, sideways. It's enough to give you motion sickness. Just last week, Bitcoin took an 8% hit, right?
Yeah, that was something.
All because of rumors, just rumors, about a potential crypto ban in India. But then, like 2 days later, boom, back up 5%. This time, because the Ethereum upgrade went through without a hitch.
Yeah, it's reactive, to say the least.
So walk us through this. What's actually causing these insane swings? Is it just a roller coaster being controlled by headlines?
You're not far off. Remember back in May when China came down hard with those stricter crypto regulations?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Bitcoin tanked, like almost 30% overnight. This market feeds off uncertainty, especially when it comes to two big things: regulation and adoption. Anything that even hints at a change in those areas.
The market goes haywire.
Pretty much.
Okay, so let's say you're new to all this. You're hearing about crazy gains, sudden crashes, and now all this talk about regulation. What does this kind of instability mean for someone who's thinking about dipping their toes into crypto investing?
It means you got to do your homework, understand what you're getting into. It's interesting, though, there are some experts out there, like those quoted in that recent Forbes article we were looking at.
Right, the one about.
Exactly, about increased regulation actually being a good thing for crypto.
Okay, that sounds counterintuitive. How so?
Well, the idea is that it's not about stifling innovation with a million rules, but more about building trust. If there are clearer guidelines, more established institutions might be willing to invest, right? And that could bring some much-needed stability to the market.
So more guardrails, less of a free-for-all, could actually lead to more people feeling comfortable, more investment, and ultimately more growth.
That's the theory, anyway.
Makes sense, but is everyone on board with that?
Not necessarily. Remember the whole ethos behind cryptocurrency, the whole reason it was created. It goes back to that Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. Decentralization, being free from government control, that was the dream. And a lot of people, very vocal people, believe that overregulation goes against that entire philosophy. They argue that it limits crypto's potential to disrupt the traditional financial systems.
It's a tug of war then.
Yeah.
Freedom versus stability.
Exactly. And it'll be fascinating to see how that plays out.
Absolutely. Speaking of playing out, we can't talk about crypto without mentioning the human element, right?
Right.
And we came across some incredibly powerful stories in our research. People who made life-changing money and others who, well, maybe wish they'd stayed away. Did any of those stories particularly stick with you?
Yeah, there was one about a teacher who, back in 2016, decided to invest a chunk of her savings in Ethereum.
Oh, early adopter.
Yeah, she took a gamble. But it gets better. She invested based purely on gut feeling, no fancy algorithms or anything.
You got to be kidding.
Nope. And fast forward to today, that little investment has ballooned. She was able to retire early, travel, even started pursuing her passion for photography.
Wow, that's the dream.
It is, but it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. She rode out some brutal market crashes, times when most people would have probably panicked and sold. But she held on, and it really highlights two crucial things about crypto. The potential is massive, but you need to be informed and resilient to survive the dips.
Absolutely. Okay, so taking everything into account, the volatility, the potential, the regulation battles, where do you see digital currencies going in the future?
Honestly, trying to predict the future of crypto is like trying to predict the weather 10 years out. Anything could happen. But one thing's clear: the tech behind it all, blockchain, that's not going anywhere.
Interesting.
In fact, it has the potential to completely revolutionize so many aspects of our lives. We're talking about how we vote, how we track our food supply, how we verify information. It's huge. The real question is how we're going to harness that power, that potential, and what role digital currencies will ultimately play in that future.
Well, there you have it. That's our deep dive into the world of cryptocurrency. I don't know about you all, but I'm left with more questions than answers and a sense that we're just at the very beginning of something massive. Thanks for joining us.